Ask the Messenger's TV show is a TV show that educates, informs, and entertains our viewers on public health issues such as mental illness, suicide, addiction, illness and disease, COVID-19 relief, crime, domestic violence, homelessness, human trafficking, employment opportunities, healthcare, and more. And now, Ask the Messengers.
Today on Ask the Messengers, we bring you our stories of hope and creativity. In this episode, you will hear from some of the most creative people who were recently celebrated at this year's Detroit Trinity Film Festival. Also in this episode, our author series with Kimberly Mallory featuring retired homicide detective James Hines, who wrote a book about his experiences as a Highland Park detective. Plus, Motor City Match is a program available for Detroit residents that connects entrepreneurs with funding, resources, and spaces to help their business ideas become realities. Ask the Messengers begins now.
They said they're all in you guys are all in the same project?
Yes, that's correct. We have the short film Un Día Normal.
Oh, wow. Okay, so how did you guys decide to get together to kind of create?
Yeah, so I think it was a colleague of mine who put me in contact with Berika, who was our production coordinator, and because I had this idea of putting together a film that talked about the challenges that undocumented families face in the United States, and I had initially reached out to a mutual friend of ours to invite her to be a producer, but she connected me with Berika, and I can let you go from there. Like she.
I kind of knew Mauricio from the theater space. I knew he was in Shakespeare in the Park. So he's an actor himself. That's why he's such a good director.
Wait, squeeze in, because I'm not going to bite you. You guys, come on. You're talking about, you guys are actors as well?
No. I work behind the scenes. He works both sides. So he's in it. But yeah, I was production coordinator for pre-production, and then for on set, I was assistant director, which is again really easy because Mauricio is the director, and it was such a nice the community that we worked in. It was very welcoming and inclusive, and they were all how it takes a village to raise a kid. Yeah, it took a village, and they all helped.
So what role did you play in this? How did you get in this group? Come on over. I'm not gonna bite you. Squeeze on in.
So, long story short, Mauricio was looking for. So this film is the premise of the film, and maybe Mauricio can go into more details later, but the premise of the film is there's a family that's undergoing the hardships of the DACA process, and there are two ICE officers that are there to pretty much arrest them and eventually or try to deport them. I played one of those ICE officers, and Mauricio had a posting. He was looking for someone to fill one of the two ICE officers, the other one being our colleague Corey, who actually currently lives in New York. And so long story short, I in real life, I'm not a very tough. I don't think of myself as a tough person, I don't think of myself as a very intimidating person. So I was like, okay, you know what? That'd be a nice change of pace, playing someone who can be maybe a bit more intimidating, a bit more, but still, Yeah.
So he pulled something out of you that you didn't even know you had in yourself, but you had it in your mind that you could do it, but for the most part, he pulled it out of you?
Exactly. And this role kind of gave me the opportunity to be like, all right, let me explore that side that's not as calm and collected. Let me see how I can get in touch with that side that's a bit more aggressive in nature. So. Okay,
so tell me this. Was this your first film?
Was my first time being the director, producer, and writer.
Good Lord! How many hats did you have?
Ultimately, too many. I think that was one of the main lessons that I learned. Just it is okay to hand off tasks to other people. Because it did end up becoming a little overwhelming at times. But I'd done some short film work in the past, either as director or on the camera. But this was my first time taking on the larger role of director and producer as well.
Tell me the name of your film again and where people can probably watch your movie.
Yeah, so it's called Un Día Normal, which is Spanish for a normal day. And currently, we're submitting to other film festivals as well. In addition to this festival, we've shown it at a couple other festivals. We just came back actually from New York this week. Joe and I were out there. And so for right now, we are hoping to hear back from a couple more film festivals here in Michigan so that we have the opportunity to show it to our community and other people here from our state as well.
So he's still basically circulating his film, Un Día Normal, correct? Normal. Yes, one normal day. But the catch is, it wasn't that normal. It was not that normal. It was, because I'm an actress. That's what we do.
Exactly, yes.
So I know, and I don't know what it takes. I know what it takes to kind of try to push something out, to birth something. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on Ask the Messengers TV show. Even though it's a movie short, what are you expecting?
I mean, I think the main goal for us for this film is to be able to inform people, to inform them of the reality that a lot of families live through every day. I think especially today with how easy it is to spread misinformation online or just in communication with people. I mean, I wanted to create something that ultimately informs people about what the reality that a lot of immigrant families face here in the United States. So
at this film festival, they have just a huge umbrella of films, and this man was nominated, obviously, for an award. Thank you so much for coming on Ask the Messengers. We actually inform, we entertain, and it is a nonprofit TV show. So a lot of things that you guys are talking about, we just want to kind of open Detroit's eyes to what's here, what's involved, and that actual movie would actually shed some light for a lot of people to see. They won't assume things. So I don't know if we can find it on YouTube, on Tubi, on Amazon at some point. Is it like a distribution idea? Well, how can we find it?
Yeah, so I think that's the one thing that we're looking into.
Okay.
Potentially, in addition to the film festivals, we are also looking at bringing it to a few colleges and universities as well. And then ultimately, once we've finished out our film festival run, we are looking at some potential distribution options. What limits us is that, unfortunately, if you once you go with a distributor, you're limited.
You're stuck.
Yes.
You're stuck. I know it. I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for getting something out of him that he didn't know was in there. Look, do you want to say thanks?
Yeah, no, thank you, Maurizio, for everything. I've said this plenty of times, but I'll say it on camera. Also just to kind of reiterate what's already been said, it was a great experience, and hope everyone enjoys the film.
On the count of three, I don't know if you guys are okay with it. I'm pretty sure you are. You're going to say with me, Detroit Trinity Film Festival. Are you ready?
Yes.
Come on in, get in here.
Yeah, let's go.
1, 2, 3. Detroit Trinity Film Festival. What would you say to have your way? Would you give up? I'll try again. If I hesitate, I'll let you in. We'll see how it goes. First you don't succeed.
Okay, now.
Okay, here we go. Okay, you ready? You ready?
You do good.
Hey!
You got it good. Shout out to Aaliyah. Okay?
We are having a good time at this film festival. I tell you, oh my goodness, Ask the Messengers TV show. We are always on the brink of some more information for you, and I am just so excited. Tell our viewers your name and kind of how you heard about this event.
I am Brittany Chanel, and I've been coming for a few years to the event, and I kind of dip in and dip out. And I was invited by Marshall.
So, Brittany Chanel, that does sound like a fashion line. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Tell her to open a fashion line. Brittany Chanel, what are you expecting?
I would love to do that, right?
Yes.
So one of my friends, Tim, telling tales, we were doing something with because I like turtlenecks.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, she was like, you should do a turtleneck line, and there you go,
Well,
Brittany Chanel
I'm telling
turtlenecks. So
all these actors, all these events, they have their own signature look. So, I mean, do you know any of the people that you're going to see here? What are you expecting? So you've been here before, so what are you expecting?
I haven't been let's see. It's been a minute since I've been here, so I don't know. I'm just expecting to see everybody. So I've been
Right.
catching up with friends and
Having a great time.
yeah,
Having a great
yeah. I'm excited to be here. So we're gonna see what happens.
So this took some hard work, right?
Always. Anything is hard work. When it has anything to do with entertainment, it's all hard work. Just getting up is hard work.
Oh goodness. And firsthand, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So let our viewers know, do you act, do you create, do you write film? What do you do?
I do acting and also podcasting.
So she does acting, she does podcasting. You guys, where can we find your work?
Right now, I just finished wrapping a film called Broad Day, so that's going to be coming out in November. I have Survivors, the Ghostwriter, that is out on Tubi right now. Always Consequences, Part 1 and Part 2, that's out on Tubi. My Little Sister's Wedding's out on Tubi, so
Look,
yeah.
Look, Brittany Chanel just gave it to you. She ran it down like she was just dealing out cards. Look at her. Look.
No, and then the podcast is called Podcasting. It's called the Rise and Grind Morning Show, so I'm on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Rise and Grind. And I'm going to tell you guys, I was actually on Rise and Grind. This lady is talented. She gets, she's very conversational when
Sometimes.
She can be challenging.
Sometimes if I'm not being shy in front of the camera.
Look, she was meant to do this, and I just thank you so much for coming on our show. I expect great things.
Thank you.
You guys make sure you listen to the Rise and Grind.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It was good seeing you.
You too. Look, it's all love. It's all love.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're still here. We're at the Detroit Trinity International Festival. Tell our viewers your name and your role here.
I'm Coke Horner, and I got an invite to show up, and I'm here to see what's going on with the festivities.
Now, wait a minute. You didn't just get an invite. You got an invite because you're a filmmaker, right?
That part. Yes, I am a filmmaker. I'm a writer, actor, director, and producer.
So coming here, what are you expecting?
Oh, I'm expecting to see a lot of people that I know, and probably a lot of new faces as well.
Are you kind of expecting also to possibly get some new talent to see what's out here, your competition in a way?
No competition.
No competition. And that's how you create, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for new faces all the time. I actually want to cast this beautiful, talented, wonderful person next to me. Trust that. It's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Amen. Look, amen.
Definitely. Trust me.
So if people want to audition for you, they want to contact you, where do they go?
Oh, simple. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's all the same. Coke Horner. COKEHORNER. And underscore, nothing.
No underscore, nothing, you guys. And your last movie, where can they check it out? We want people to support you.
Oh, Tubi. My last movie I wrote, it's on Tubi. It's called Queen of Kings. It's not for kids. I do have a kids movie, anti-bullying movie on Tubi as well. It's called Micah and Jane, Bullies Beware.
Yay, he's got something for everybody. You guys, be on the lookout for his next work of art. He's got me stuttering. Look at this. It's going down. Hey.
Remember I said it.
Wait. Say that again.
I got something for her. Remember I said it.
That's right.
A1.
Welcome. We have with us today an amazing author. This book that he has written, I have read this book, and we are going to so dive into this. James Hines, welcome to Ask the Messengers.
Thank you. I'm honored to have this opportunity.
You're so very welcome. So briefly, I would like to ask you just like what prompted you to write this book called Highland Park Detective?
I was just motivated. The spirit just moved on me to try and give the general public an understanding of how difficult it is to for police to solve crimes, as many in the public don't quite understand how difficult it is, and they sometimes it gives them a negative view of what we do.
Yeah, so let's start from the very beginning then, so that the audience will understand how you got to where you are right now. So you started off as a police officer, is that correct?
Yes, well, I'm Wayne County Sheriff, retired Wayne County Sheriff, and we started off in the jail, working the jail. I worked 6 years in the jail.
Okay.
Then moved, worked other locations prior to becoming promoted to a detective. I was a certified police officer 2 years into the department.
Right, and that's how you got started. And you've been in law enforcement now for 25 years, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
I know, and I know that you had got a promotion. You went to become a homicide detective. I can only imagine the things that you've seen being a homicide detective. Can you walk us through some of the things that may have devastated you? You know, I know you and I had this conversation about how children and, tell us a little bit about being a homicide detective.
Uh, First of all, you need to be prepared to see things that you just wouldn't believe. However, none of those things, because I focused on my job and my responsibilities, I did not allow what I saw to affect me that much. The only thing that really affected me was seeing abused children in the morgue with cigarette burns on their bodies. You can see the burn ring where they put in the scalding hot water, things like that. That devastated me. But other than that, I got used to seeing what I saw. Sometimes my partner and I would have to sit with a dead body for 2 or 3 hours waiting for the coroner to come pick up the body. So you got used to the smells, you got used to the sights, and the cases were coming in so fast, you just moved in from one case to another, to another, to another.
Wow.
And
that many
it was
homicides.
overwhelming. It was overwhelming.
Yeah, I could only imagine that many homicides that you didn't even have time to think about what happened to that one, because here comes another one, and here comes another one, and here comes another one. And so you said that you just got used to it. You became what, numb to what all this that you were, seeing. And I can just only imagine that sometimes some of the things that you saw had to affect you. So behind being a homicide detective, you never got PTSD?
Not that I'm aware of. See, the thing is, the focus that my partner and I had was to solve the crime. Yeah. So we're focusing on getting evidence, getting information, getting testimony, getting witnesses. We're deadline. We're focused on the task. So what we saw was just that.
James, what I would like for you to do is look directly into that camera. And I want you to give some words of encouragement. There are probably young men out here that want to be a police officer, want to be a homicide detective, don't have any direction, may be scared, but give them some words of encouragement that if this is what they want to do, they can be all that they can be.
I would say that, first of all, adhere to the training. They will give you all the training you need to be safe and to serve. And that's the main thing. You're serving the public. You're not God, you're not judge, you're not jury. You're there to serve and treat everyone as humanly possible, as humanely as you want to be treated yourself.
Yes.
Everyone you come in contact with, sir and ma'am. No derogatory terms. You speak humanely to everyone you come in contact with. You don't need to change your language until they tell you, I need you to talk to me in a different language.
Yeah.
The training is the best thing. Training is going to keep you safe. You focus on your job. See, when I came in, I was terrified. I had been around some bad people, but I had never been around real criminals. Yeah. So I had to put my fear aside and focus on what was required of me. Mm-hmm. This job, you're not gonna go through this. If you think you're going to this job fearless, you're in the wrong profession.
Okay. All right. Well, we thank you again for being on Ask the Messengers. Thank you for enlightening us on what it takes to be a police officer, educating us on how to be a police officer, sheriff, homicide detective, and just period. You could be whatever you want to be, but there you have to work towards being that. And you became a very good police officer. So again, hats off to you.
Thank you so much. James. And again, thanks for having me.
Get your copy of My Time as a Highland Park Detective by retired detective James Bulldog Hines, available on his website, jhbulldogpublications.com.
I love teaching others because when I first got into the healthcare field, people overlooked me. I was really a 9th grade dropout who had no education, but I was determined to make something of myself for my baby. So Motor City matched the funds I put into my business. They awarded me $20,000. So now I'm able to focus solely on first step healthcare training and give it everything it needs. All because I live in Detroit.
Well, I always come to do congratulations. You think about this, 165 storefronts. that mostly had plywood over them have been pulled down by entrepreneurs in Motor City Match, and businesses opened up. And we started this because we had a lot of talent in this city, people with a lot of good ideas, but they maybe didn't grow up in a family where there was a relative that could write them a check to start their business. And we wanted to level that playing field. And we had this idea that you would be able to take these storefronts in different parts of the city and bring them back to life as we brought the neighborhoods back to life. And so you saw the announcement yesterday on the home property values in the city. They've tripled in 7 years. The other piece is the commercial property in this city has tripled in the last 7 years. And every single time you change a vacant storefront to a business, you've raised the property values of the other people on that strip. And all of you are going to help raise this. This is 165 bricks and mortar buildings that we have supported. And we're going to have people coming in right behind you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the applause. I appreciate that. I want to thank Mayor Duggan, Councilwoman Sheffield, all of the people over at DGC. You know, I started my journey of trying to grow my business back in 2014, and Sean was there. Sean, who was one of my advisors at the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. And I have been fortunate enough to continue to grow my business since that time. My business, Louisiana Creole Gumbo, has been around since 1970. Probably older than most of you all in the room. I wasn't there back there then as well, but I was fortunate enough to buy the restaurant from the original owner back in 1983. So I've had it for about 40 years. And we've been very, very successful. The city has given us much love, and we're just really appreciative for this opportunity to continue to grow our business. About 2 years ago, we were forced to move out of our location, and we, in our looking for a new location, we found a brand new location not far from where we are on Gratiot now. It's just about 3 blocks north of our current location, of our past location. And we're really excited about it because we are now going to go from being a carry-out restaurant to a sit-down restaurant. So it's going to be full service. And I just want to say this, is that in 2016, we had the benefit of getting a grant and support from Detroit Economic Growth and Invest Detroit to open up our restaurant on 7 Mile. And I had the good fortune of having none other than Mayor Mike Duggan to come in and be there for our opening day there. And he said to me at that time, he says, "Joe, one day you're going to open up a restaurant where I can come in and sit down and have dinner at a sit-down restaurant." So, Mayor Duggan, the first night. So I just want to thank all of you for your support over the years, and I'm just looking forward to serving.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to help support our show, please feel free to make a donation of any kind by visiting our show website, www.askthemessengers.org. If you prefer to mail donations, please make check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan, 48235. Thank you for watching.